This was a mid-range device with flagship build quality. So this one is Samsung Galaxy S7 2017. So it's a quite old device right now, and when this device was released, it was released with Android 6 and later on updated to Android 8. But recently I have updated this device to Android 11. The main reason why I updated this device, first of all, it was running on Samsung's own UI, which is TouchWiz UI, and TouchWiz UI is pretty laggy and also it feels slow. That's why I wanted to change the ROM, and I updated the device to Android 11, and the ROM I'm running here actually is Android ROM, which is working just fine here, and there are few issues. I will be talking about those things. First of all, going with the physical overview of the device. So we got a 5.7-inch 1080p AMOLED panel, and in front we also got a 16 megapixel camera. That's Samsung's typical soft buttons and fingerprint scanner here. Right hand side power button, and the speaker grill is here. Actually pretty weird position, but it is here. And left hand side we got volume rockers and a SIM tray here, and on the bottom we got Type C and 3.5mm headphone jack. On the top there is another SIM tray and micro SD card slot. On the back, which is also 16 megapixel, the front and back camera actually pretty much identical, but there are some features which front camera does not come with, like autofocus, HDR and other things. The build quality of this device also pretty good. As I said, this was a mid-range device with premium build quality, so the front and back are glass, and also it got aluminum frame. And one more thing about this device is that it is IP68 water and dust resistant, so that's quite good for a mid-range device. Overall, the build quality is pretty good and still pretty solid. It feels like a premium device. Under the hood, this device is running on Exynos 7880, but actually Samsung did something weird with this. They maybe downclocked this processor, and it is kind of perform like Snapdragon 625 on this device. So as you can see, as a AMOLED panel device, the display is burned already. And one benefit of having a custom ROM here is that I can like turn on the dark mode, which was not available on TouchWiz UI. In dark mode, this device looks good actually, because you are not seeing those burning portion now. And for the video sake, I'm turning off the dark mode. Now coming to the performance, if you are using this device right now on Android 8, it is still quite good device. Actually, it works pretty fine on Android 8, but as I said, TouchWiz UI is not really that great. And coming to this Android ROM, so it is running on Android 11 as I said. And if I show you Android 11, now this ROM comes with its own issues. First of all, it doesn't recognize my first SIM card slot. As you can see here, there is only one IMEI number, as you can see here, so it is recognizing as a single SIM device. And there are few others too actually. So this ROM actually comes with battery drain issue and few other things, like there is no bank app support, like there is no safety net. In terms of usability goes, the device performing very well. I haven't faced any major issue with the ROM. As I said, battery drain issue is there. Maybe we can try few more ROMs here, and you can update this device to Android 14 actually. There are custom ROM available for this device, but I will be trying out few more ROMs here. Like my main target actually is to run Ubuntu Touch here and also Selfish OS here. So both of them I will install and try out on this device. And in terms of this ROM, it is working perfectly fine. And if anyone wants to try this ROM, I will put the ROM link in the description below. Now come to the Android 11 UI here. So it is pretty much stock. It didn't come with GF, so you have to flash GF separately. And as you can see, there is nothing much going on. As this device is running on Android 11, it got few Android 11 features too actually, like full screen gesture. So if you are using full screen gesture, you have to turn it on from the Android setting. So if you go to setting and Android setting, you can turn it on directly from here. There is option called navigation, so you can turn it on, and also you can disable these buttons too. So those things you can do. Also in terms of customization, there are a lot of things going on. As you can see, I have changed the clock position and also change the battery icon. These things are available here. So in terms of features, it got a lot of things actually. Also this device got face unlock feature here on this ROM, and fingerprint is working perfectly fine, no issue. As you can see, it's pretty fast. And also if you like double tap to turn off the display, double tap to turn on the display, those are available. So in terms of feature, it got most of the features and everything seems to be working. So as you know, Samsung's Touch UI come with a lot of camera optimization, a lot of features, but here actually we are using a ROM which is pretty much stock, and the camera application is also pretty basic. There is no HDR support or anything like that, but the camera works perfectly fine. And I usually use this camera which is called Secure camera. You can download it directly from Play Store, and it works much better than the built-in camera which came with it. Still, it doesn't come with any kind of HDR or anything like that, but it's pretty much more stable than the main camera came with the ROM. And if you go to Google Photos, you are getting unlimited storage for that. So if I show you, so if you are getting unlimited storage for Google Photos, that's kind of cool. In terms of picture quality, it's pretty basic actually, not really that great. So let me show you some pictures I have taken with this device. It's pretty slow. So if I go to album section, and as you can see here, the pictures looks pretty natural actually. So you can zoom in. It's 60 megapixel sensor. It's doing pretty good job. And as you can see here, I did take few more pictures actually. That turns out pretty good. This picture I like very much actually. As you can see, it looks good. And few others. Most of the picture turns out pretty much natural. There is no oversaturation or anything like that, so there is nothing going on in terms of optimization. It is raw images type. As you can see, there is nothing going on, but I really like the colors actually. But if there is a HDR mode, this picture could turn out better than this. So there is no HDR or anything like that, but the front facing camera and rear camera actually pretty much similar in terms of specs, and both of them perform pretty much same. They can shoot up to 1080 with 30 fps. Those are the things going on with the device. Now come to the gaming performance. So it's a pretty old device right now. You can still do gaming here, but only offline gamings you can do. And in terms of offline gamings, all the offline games like Temple Run, Subway Surfer, or Asphalt 8, or few other games which we usually play, those are running pretty well. I haven't faced any kind of issue playing those games. In terms of overall ROM experience, it was not really that bad. Overall, it was pretty good. So if you still have this device, and if you are still using this device as a primary device, if there is compatibility issue with application, you can install custom ROM here. But if there is no issue with like application or anything like that, you should not install this custom ROM. Obviously, I'm not going to review more custom ROM for this device. Maybe I will review, as I said, Ubuntu and Selfish OS for this device. Those two actually. This device is still pretty much usable, as it is not really that old device. It works perfectly fine, no issue. And that's all about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.